game is Florida at Alabama. This is the first SEC game for Alabama. I think that we have the quarterback competition under control. I'm going to go with Alabama.
Well, I think even if they didn't have a quarterback controversy under control, they'll still be Florida. Florida still has a lot of growing up to do, so Alabama win this game pretty easily.
Okay, next game, Texas A&M at SMU. This is a pretty simple pick for me. I'm going to go with A&M. They are at number 6 right now, so we'll see what they do. Can't wait for them to get in the SEC play.
I think it's going to get pretty ugly. SMU losing their coach, June Jones, just walked away. So, I mean, SMU still haven't recovered from the death penalty.
All right, next game, Indiana at Missouri. I'm going to take the Tigers on this one.
I haven't heard about Indiana football team in a long time. Mizzou.
Our next game, Mississippi at LSU. Again, LSU is not playing a lot of people, so I'm going to take LSU again this week. I don't really have a choice, so LSU, let's go.
I think Mississippi playing pretty good, but LSU, Death Valley, they'll win.
All right, next game, OU at West Virginia. I wasn't so sure how fast I was going to pick this game, especially with Keith Ford being out 2 to 3 weeks. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, that's why you recruit the way you do in Norman. We got a plethora of running backs. It's Alex Ross' time to shine. Samaje Perine, true freshman. He'll come in and they'll split the carries. And I mean, regardless of what the running backs do, the defense will have to win this game regardless, because West Virginia has a pretty potent offense. So I think the defense will do enough for OU to win this game.
Boomer Sooner my way, too. All right, next game. Clemson at Florida State. I feel like I'm not so fast to jump on Florida State's bandwagon, especially their outing they had against Oklahoma State. But I feel like Clemson just isn't built tough for this, so I'm going to take Florida State.
Well, I'm going to tell you why I'm choosing Florida State. Because Clemson has Brent Venables as their defensive coordinator, and every year they lay eggs in the biggest games and get exposed, rack up yards and points. So I'm going to go with Florida State off of that.
Okay, next game is South Carolina at Vanderbilt. I'm going to say this again, just like I said last week. I hope South Carolina does not have a hangover like the other teams did last week. I'm going to take the old ball coach, South Carolina.
Going with South Carolina, too.
Now, this next game, Miami at Nebraska. These two teams have not met since 2001, since the Rose Bowl, when the Canes laid a thrashing on the Cornhuskers, 37-14. This time it's going to be a little different. We don't have the athletes that we did. But all in all, if Nebraska plays like they did against McNeese State, I'm going to go with Miami and roll with Duke Johnson.
I agree. I won't pick a Big Ten school unless they're playing a Big Ten school or a lower division team. The Big Ten suck. Sorry to say, Big Ten fans, but they the worst conference out of all the Power 5 conferences, hands down.
All right, last game, Oregon at Washington State. I'm just going to take the Ducks. Roll Ducks. They haven't let me down yet, so don't let me down this week, Ducks.
Mike Leach, Texas Tech miss you, baby.
All right, stay tuned for our NFL picks next.